Have you felt it, Libra? That strange electric pull in the air. As if the universe has been whispering your name a little louder than usual. Some of you woke up today with a heaviness you can't explain. Others felt a quiet calm, like something bigger than you is shifting just beneath the surface. If you're listening to this right now, it's not an accident. Your energy was guided here because a portal, your portal, is opening. For too long, the scales have leaned against you. For too long, you've given more than you ever received. And yet, you stayed soft, you stayed fair, you stayed honest. The universe has been watching, and in the next 72 hours, Libra, something is preparing to swing back in your favor with divine precision. So, take a breath, settle into this moment, and stay with me until the very end. Because what you're about to hear will change how you see the hours ahead. Are you ready to step into what's finally yours? Libra, come a little closer for a moment. Let the noise outside fade, just for now. I want to speak to you the way a friend whispers the truth that everyone else seems to overlook. Because something around you, something in the very air you're breathing tonight, it feels different, doesn't it? Almost like a soft vibration beneath the surface. A quiet tremor only your spirit can pick up. You're not imagining it. There's a reason your heart has been beating in that strange rhythm. There's a reason your thoughts keep circling around the future, as if it's calling your name. Libra, the energy around you right now is not ordinary. It's urgent, intentional, precise. The universe is opening a justice portal for you, not for the collective, not for everyone listening, not for the world, but for you. Because something in the fabric of your destiny has reached a point where it can no longer be delayed. You have balanced too many storms. You have swallowed too many truths. You have carried too many burdens with a smile that nobody knew was breaking. And the universe, finally, is stepping in. You may not realize this, but every time you chose harmony over chaos, fairness over ego, peace over pride, you shifted something in the invisible. You set a quiet vibration into motion. Now, it's coming back to you, magnified, strengthened, sharpened by divine timing. That's why the air feels charged tonight. It's why even the silence feels like it's leaning toward you, listening, waiting. You've entered a window of pure recalibration, where life begins to return what was paused, withheld, or taken. And I know, part of you is cautious. You've learned to keep your expectations quiet, tucked somewhere safe. You've learned to hope softly, just in case. But Libra, hear me. This moment is different. This shift is not subtle. It is not symbolic. It is real, tangible, already unfolding beneath your feet. You can almost feel it, can't you? Like the weight on your chest is preparing to loosen. Like your spirit finally has space to exhale after holding itself together far too long. There's a doorway opening for you, one that carries the scent of long overdue fairness, long-awaited answers, and money that moves with purpose. Not because you chased it, but because you aligned with it. So, let this sink in, slowly, like warm light spreading through the room. What's coming toward you in these next 72 hours isn't random. It's a correction, a balancing, a quiet return to truth. And as you breathe into that awareness, Libra, you might start to feel something gentle rising inside you. A calm, steady knowing that life is about to treat you differently. Stay here with me. Because as this portal opens wider, there's something else you need to understand. A deeper layer of why you, of all people, were chosen for this moment. And that's where our story drifts next. Libra. There's something I've been wanting to say to you for a long time. Something I think you've never truly heard from anyone, not in the way your heart has needed. So, let me say it now, slowly, gently, so it lands exactly where it should. You have carried more unfairness than most people realize. You're the sign of justice, yet so often you've been the one standing on the uneven side of the scale. You've given in moments when you deserve to receive. You've stayed quiet in moments where others should have been the ones to apologize. And you've held peace in rooms where no one noticed how much of yourself you were sacrificing to keep the harmony intact. And the hardest part is that you did all of it without asking for recognition, without keeping score, without demanding a single thing in return. You just wanted things to be all right. You wanted people to feel safe. You wanted the world around you to stop shaking, even if it meant you had to absorb every tremor into your own body. But Libra, even the gentlest spirit has limits. Even the fairest heart can only bend so far before it starts to ache. And somewhere along the way, beneath all your grace and patience, a quiet question formed inside you. A question you never said out loud, but you felt it every time something unfair happened again and again. When is it my turn? That whisper has lived inside you for years. Sometimes it came with frustration. Sometimes it came with a tired kind of sadness. Sometimes it came with a numbness you didn't tell anyone about. Because deep down, you feared the answer might be never. But listen to me, and hear this with the part of you that's been waiting the longest. Your turn is coming, and it is coming fast. The universe has watched every time you chose the higher road, every time you swallowed your pride, every time you held back anger because you knew it would only hurt someone who wasn't ready to hear the truth. Every moment of grace you gave, the universe recorded it, not to punish you, not to test you, but to return it to you, multiplied. That is why the energy feels different now, why the air around you hums with that strange electricity, why your soul keeps looking over its shoulder like it senses something approaching. Because something is approaching, the scales that once leaned against you are beginning to shift. Not because you forced them, not because you fought for them, but because it is time. There is a divine recalibration unfolding for you in these next 72 hours. A quiet, powerful correction of everything that has been out of balance in your story. And for the first time in a very long time, life is preparing to tilt in your favor. So, breathe, Libra. Let that truth settle into the places where doubt used to live. Because as this shift gathers momentum, something even more extraordinary begins to appear on your horizon. Something that carries the unmistakable signature of abundance finally finding its rightful home. And that is where we go next. Libra, let me ask you something softly, just between us. Have you ever noticed how the biggest shifts in your life never arrived loudly? How the universe always seemed to send its blessings the same way you move through the world, quietly, gracefully, almost shyly at first, before revealing their true magnitude. That is the kind of energy surrounding you now. A subtle glow forming at the edges of your path, a warmth rising beneath everything you touch. It is the first sign that the financial portal opening for you is not a dream or a metaphor. It is real, it is active, it is pouring its light toward you as we speak. And Libra, this light is not random, it is not luck, it is not some cosmic accident. It is the return of every quiet act of goodness you carried through seasons when no one was watching. It is the echo of every time you chose peace instead of revenge, compassion instead of anger, fairness instead of fear. You may not think that those moments mattered, but the universe did. It counted every one. It stored them, saved them, waited for the exact moment when you would finally be ready to receive, without guilt, without hesitation, without shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. That moment is these 72 hours. There is a shift taking shape that has your name on it, the kind of shift that bends timelines, the kind that rearranges circumstances that once felt immovable, the kind that brings resources from directions you never thought to look. And I want you to imagine it, not as dramatic flashes or sudden thunder, but as something that begins like a soft opening, a door you didn't even realize was locked until now, a message that arrives at the perfect time, a green light where you expected another delay, a voice that says yes in a place where you were prepared to hear no again. Because abundance doesn't always announce itself with noise. Sometimes it begins with ease, with clarity, with that unmistakable sensation that life is beginning to align itself around you instead of against you. This is what money justice feels like, Libra. Not chaos, not desperate chasing, but the right things flowing to the right person at the right moment. And you are finally the right person at the right moment. So, if something inside you has been stirring today, if you felt that soft pressure in your chest or that flutter in your intuition, trust it. It's the sensation of your energy being met, matched, and magnified by something far bigger than you. In the next few days, do not be surprised if the world begins to respond to you differently. If an offer finds its way to you, if a payment clears sooner than expected, if someone reaches out with sincerity you didn't anticipate, if you wake up one morning and feel lighter. This is the portal working. It is the universe placing what belongs to you back into your hands, one piece at a time. And as this flow strengthens, as the current pulls you gently forward, there is an even deeper truth unfolding beneath it. A truth written not in chance, but in destiny. A truth we are about to step into together. Libra. Before I tell you what I'm seeing, I want you to take a slow breath with me. Let it move all the way in and all the way out. Because what's unfolding for you now carries a weight, a gravity, that deserves to be spoken gently. When I pulled your cards, I felt something shift in the room. Not a dramatic flash, not a jolt, but a deep, unmistakable certainty. The kind that only shows up when destiny is no longer whispering, but standing right in front of you. The first card to rise for you was the Ace of Pentacles. And Libra, it didn't simply fall out. It presented itself with the quiet confidence of a seed that already knows it will become a tree. I felt it the moment it appeared. That promise of something new, landing directly in your hands, not chased, not negotiated, given. Almost like the universe has been saving something with your name on it, waiting until you were steady enough to receive. But that wasn't the part that made my heart stop. It was what appeared beside it. Your own card. Justice. Libra, do you understand what it means when your own energy steps forward like that? It is a cosmic declaration. A sign that the scales have finally begun to tilt. And this time, they are tilting toward you. Not by accident, not by luck, but because balance must return to the one who has carried imbalance for far too long. And there was this stillness, a soft, holy kind of stillness that always comes right before a cycle closes. Then, the wheel of fortune turned. You know that feeling when a storm changes direction in a single breath? That moment you can almost feel the pressure in the air release? That is the energy the wheel brings you now. A shift so profound it doesn't ask your permission. It simply moves, and everything moves with it. But the most beautiful part wasn't the abundance or the long overdue justice. It was the Temperance card, watching over all of it. Temperance is divine timing, wrapped in grace. It's the universe saying, not a second too soon, not a second too late. Right now, you are ready. It tells me that every delay, every redirection, every quiet night where you questioned your worth was not a punishment. It was preparation, a gentle shaping of your spirit until the version of you standing here today could hold the very blessings you once feared might pass you by. So try to feel this in your chest, Libra. Your life is not just shifting, it is aligning. The cards aren't predicting chaos. They're revealing a correction, a beautiful, precise adjustment of your path back to its rightful direction. And the more I sit with this energy, the clearer it becomes that these cards aren't only describing what is coming, they're pointing to something even deeper, something hidden within the reason all of this arrives now. And that truth is waiting for you, just a little further ahead. Libra, let me tell you something you may have never allowed yourself to fully believe. Life hasn't overlooked you, the universe hasn't forgotten you. It has simply been waiting for the exact moment when the return would mean something deeper than the loss ever did. And that moment is now drifting toward you like a soft tide, rising inch by inch, steady, undeniable. For 72 hours, something sacred is unfolding around you. Not loud, not chaotic, but precise, almost mathematical in the way it moves. As if every imbalance you've ever endured is finally being measured and recalibrated with the gentlest, most deliberate hand. You see, Libra, your life has held a pattern for a long time. Give more, receive less, try harder, get met with silence. You learn to survive on the smallest assurances, the faintest hints of fairness, telling yourself it was enough, even when you knew it wasn't. But the universe doesn't operate on that kind of scarcity. It works on truth, on energy, on balance. And balance, for you, has been long overdue. That is why everything that belongs to you, everything that was delayed, everything that slipped through your fingers when you needed it most, everything that seemed to vanish into thin air, is now finding its way back. Not as a random blessing, not as a reward for suffering, but as a correction. A cosmic recentering of the scales you have carried in your chest your entire life. Maybe you can already feel it, that gentle rearranging happening behind the scenes. Phone calls you didn't expect. People thinking of you after years of silence. Opportunities beginning to lean in your direction as if they finally recognize your worth. It is not coincidence, it is alignment. Because the universe is not giving you something new right now. It is returning what was always yours. And Libra, there is something profoundly healing in that kind of return. It is the kind of justice your heart understands instinctively, the kind that speaks your language, the kind that whispers, "I saw what happened. I saw what you gave. I saw what you lost. And I am bringing it back, not out of pity, but out of truth." So if the days ahead feel strange, lighter, almost like your spirit is standing up a little straighter, trust that. It is the sensation of things slipping back into place. Pieces of your life that didn't fit suddenly finding their angle. Moments that once felt empty now, filling with the meaning they were missing. There is a beautiful justice in watching your life correct itself. Not through force, not through revenge, but through grace. And as this restoration takes shape, as everything inside you begins to settle and breathe again, something else begins to stir beneath the surface. Something tied not just to what is returning, but to what is about to arrive for the very first time. A shift that doesn't come from the past, but from the future calling your name. And that, Libra, is where our path leads next. Libra, come a little closer. There's something I want to share with you quietly. Something that sits at the edge of your energy right now, like a faint shimmer you can't quite touch yet, but you can feel. It's the sense that what's coming your way isn't just fair, it's surprising. You know, life has a way of circling back in the most unexpected forms when balance is being restored. And for you, Libra, that restoration doesn't look like a familiar door reopening. It looks like a door you stopped knocking on, a path you thought went cold, a situation you assumed had already given you everything it could give, suddenly warming with movement. Sometimes the universe does its most beautiful work in places we had already released. And that's the energy I feel surrounding you now. A quiet rearranging in the background of your life. Something previously stuck beginning to loosen. Almost like a knot that has finally decided to untangle itself after years of resistance. You might notice it in the smallest shift first. A message you weren't expecting. A name you haven't heard in a long time resurfacing. Paperwork that has lingered for months suddenly showing signs of life. A conversation that feels strangely aligned, like it arrives wearing the scent of something overdue. But the heart of this moment isn't about surprise for the sake of surprise. It's about value, your value. For so long you have been underpaid emotionally, spiritually, financially. You have given depth where others offered convenience. You have shown loyalty in places where you received inconsistency. You poured your time, your effort, your heart into situations that couldn't reflect your worth back to you. At least not then. But energy doesn't evaporate, it circulates. Everything you invested is coming back around, Libra, but not through the people who mishandled it, through channels that honor it. And that's why this blessing is likely to come from where you least expect it. Because the universe will not funnel your justice through hands that once undervalued you. It will come through people, opportunities, and circumstances that can meet you at the level you stand today, not the level you had to survive back then. So, if a project suddenly comes alive, if someone from your past reaches out with accountability, if a professional door swings open with an ease that catches you off guard, if money flows in a way that feels strangely right, even if the source surprises you, know this. It isn't randomness, it's recognition. This is the universe returning your true price tag, the one the world forgot to read, the one you forgot to enforce, the one destiny never lost sight of. There's something poetic about being paid from the very places you had let go of, isn't there? Like the universe is reminding you that your worth was never determined by anyone's inability to see it. And as you stand on the threshold of this unexpected blessing, a deeper truth begins to rise beneath the surface. A truth not only about receiving, but about what finally happens inside you when your value is acknowledged by life itself. And that truth is where our journey flows next. Libra, have you noticed how different you feel lately? Not louder, not harder, but clearer. Like something in you finally exhaled after years of holding its breath. I need you to know this, because it's the truth at the heart of everything that's unfolding around you right now. This shift, this portal, this wave of justice and abundance, it isn't happening randomly. It's happening because you changed. There was a time when you tried to carry everyone, when you stretched yourself thin just to keep the peace. When the word yes slipped out of your mouth, even while your spirit whispered no, you gave and gave, hoping the world would eventually see the softness you offered as something sacred. But somewhere along the way, something in you broke open. Not in a painful way, in the way a seed cracks before it becomes a tree. You began drawing lines in the sand, quietly, lovingly but firmly. And Libra, it transformed you. You stopped letting people take more than they returned. You stopped entertaining relationships that fed off your kindness without ever replenishing it. You stopped shrinking just to keep someone else comfortable. You stopped apologizing for needing balance. You didn't become colder, you became truer. And when a Libra becomes true, everything else in their life has no choice but to realign. I think the universe has been waiting for you to reach this place for a long time. A place where your heart isn't weighed down by old obligations. A place where your mind isn't clouded by what-ifs and maybe-laters. A place where your worth is no longer something you negotiate with anyone. From here, blessings don't leak out through broken boundaries. Opportunities don't slip through cracks carved by self-doubt. Justice doesn't get delayed by the noise of people who never deserved access to your energy in the first place. This is why everything is arriving now. Because you finally stepped into the version of yourself that knows how to hold what's coming, not with fear, not with guilt, but with presence. You reclaimed your energy, you reclaimed your authority, you reclaimed the quiet internal balance that has always been your superpower. And when Libra is balanced within, the universe mirrors that balance without. It can't help it. You are built from the architecture of equilibrium itself. So these 72 hours aren't about opportunity dropping out of the sky. They're about the world reshaping itself to match you. What's happening now is a reflection of the work you've done in silence, the growth no one saw, the healing you carried out in the dark, the choices that felt small at the time, but were actually you realigning with your own soul, and the way everything is moving in your favor, the way doors begin to open without resistance, the way the air around you feels charged with possibility. It's the natural aftermath of a Libra who has finally returned to themselves. And as you stand in this new equilibrium, stronger, clearer, deeper, there is one more revelation waiting for you. Something softer, something luminous, something written for your heart more than your mind. And it's waiting for us just beyond this moment. Libra, stay right here with me for a moment. Let the world fall away. Let this be a space just for you, for your heart, for your quiet thoughts, for the part of you that has been waiting the longest to feel understood. Because what I'm about to tell you is not just a message, it's a confirmation. You were never meant to live a life defined by imbalance. You were never meant to remain the person who absorbs the weight so others can float freely. You carry the symbol of the scales for a reason, not because you must suffer imbalance, but because you are the one who restores it. And now, the universe is restoring it for you. I want you to hear this gently, like a soft hand resting on your shoulder. You are stepping into a window of time where life begins to correct itself, where the things that once bent under strain finally straighten, where the energy you poured out is returned to you in forms that feel almost unbelievable in their precision. In these next 72 hours, something subtle but powerful will shift around you. It might be the smallest sign at first, a message, a green light, a sudden ease in a place that had only offered resistance. Or it might be something bigger, an opportunity that clicks open like a long-locked door, a conversation that changes, direction, a moment of clarity that feels like destiny brushing against your skin. You'll know it when it happens. Your body will know before your mind does. A warmth, a pull, a certainty rising from somewhere deep, telling you, this is it. This is the beginning. Because Libra, justice is finally leaning in your favor, not in a symbolic way, not in a philosophical way, but in a real, tangible, life-altering way. You are stepping into a cycle where effort meets reward, where sincerity attracts opportunity, where clarity draws abundance, where the universe is not testing you anymore, it is supporting you. And the most beautiful part? This is not the peak. This is not the highlight that fades after it arrives. This is not a lucky moment that slips through your fingers. This is the start of a new rhythm in your life, a new financial chapter, a new sense of being held, supported, guided, A new confidence that comes not from struggle, but from alignment. You are about to witness doors open that were once sealed. You are about to see pathways illuminate that were once hidden. You are about to receive proof, unmistakable, undeniable proof, that the universe has always been on your side, even when you walked through seasons that made you question it. So, take one more breath with me, Libra. Slow, steady, present. Let this truth settle deep inside you. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. And as this new chapter rises to meet you, there is a softness waiting to unfold, a clarity ready to reveal itself, and a future that seems to be leaning closer, almost whispering your name, inviting you to step forward and claim what has always been yours. Take one last slow breath with me, Libra. Let it settle into the quiet places inside you, because everything we've spoken about, everything you felt rising in your chest as you listened, it's real, it's yours, and it is already on its way. You've walked such a long road carrying questions no one heard, balancing the weight of the world while trying to stay soft. But tonight, just let yourself be held. Let yourself believe that life is finally shifting in your favor. Because it is. The scales are moving. The energy is turning. Your name has been called in rooms you haven't entered yet. And what's coming toward you now, it matches your heart, not your hardships. So, before you go, I want you to do something gently brave. Trust yourself. Trust the timing. Trust the signs that begin to appear in these next 72 hours. And if any part of this message touched your spirit, leave a comment below and tell me what you're feeling. Your words might be exactly what another Libra soul needs tonight. If you want to stay close to the unfolding, to every shift, every opening, every message meant for you, make sure you're subscribed and turn on your notifications. This community is growing into something beautiful, a sanctuary for hearts like yours, hearts that feel deeply, love deeply, and seek truth in the quiet moments. And Libra, this isn't goodbye, this is a pause, a breath, a soft turning of the page, because the journey continues. Your story is still opening, and the next message that's meant for you is already on its way. Until then, stay open, stay hopeful, and remember, the universe is finally aligning with you.